Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are all having a blessed week. Mine's going really good. We're approaching 100 degrees here in Northern California for the next 10 days, so that's going to be a lot of fun. But listen, I just wanted to talk to you for just a minute. I want to do a vlog about things that are going on in America and what we can look forward to next. And the first of all, I wanted to talk about, I put these videos on 5 sites plus my website and a few other places. Well, listen, except for YouTube, I can't comment back on anything. I can't comment back on Rumble, on BitChute, Utah Gun Exchange. None of those sites allow me to comment back on your comment. So if you comment on any of those sites, you're better off, if you want to talk to me, email me at pastorbobncc@comcast.net, and there'll be a link below. But if you want to talk to me, email me, because I can't answer comments on those other sites. And another one is, don't send me anything in the mail. You know, when I first started my YouTube channel, I did a lot of videos on different cults and Islam and things like that, and I got a lot of death threats. I mean, they were coming in by the you know, a lot of them. So my wife made me promise her that if I ever got anything in the mail, I wouldn't even bring it in the house. I would just stop off and throw it in the garbage can. And that's what I do. I've been doing that for almost 10 years. Anything that comes in the mail, if I don't know who sent it to me, it goes in the garbage can. So once again, if you want to contact me, you have to do it through email. Okay, so a couple things that are going on in this country. Number one, voting. People, listen. Our elections are 100% rigged. Voting is not going to solve anything. And the first time that I remember one of our elections being rigged was back in 2000 when Al Gore ran against the younger Bush. And it came right down to a tie except for Florida. Florida was the swing state. And I don't know if you guys remember, but back then you had these cards that went into the voting machine, and you took this rod and punched out what you wanted. And on the bottom of these cards, they were these little chads that hung down. They were supposed to get knocked off. But if they were hanging, they were trying to say the vote didn't count. But anyway, Al Gore most likely took Florida, but because George Bush's brother, Jeb Bush, was the governor of Florida, after a couple days of wrangling, voila, all of a sudden it went to George Bush and he got elected. That was the first crooked election that I know of. And of course, you know, the rest is history as far as our voting fraud goes. So listen, this is some of the other things that's going on in America. You know that the Georgia Guidestones got blown up. Well, listen. My sister sent me some good pictures, and we were looking at them and going over these photos. And people, listen, I'm convinced that that was a lightning bolt. I don't think anybody blew up anything, because when you looked at the pictures, it showed this big flash. If it would have been a bomb or anything along those lines, there would have been a fireball. There was no fireball. There also would have been thick black smoke. There was no thick black smoke. There was just a little bit of white smoke. So I'm pretty sure it was a fireball sent by God to wipe those things out. And also we had, what do we have else? Roe versus Wade got overturned. I never in my life thought that that would happen. And all it did, it didn't stop abortions. It just simply put it back to the states. And there are several states that were ready for it and did stop abortion, like Utah and a few others. But of course, my state of California, the abortions are going to continue on. But those are two good things that kind of put a smile on my face. The Georgia Guidestones being zapped by a bolt of lightning, and Roe versus Wade. So listen, there's a couple other things going on that you need to know about, and you can Google some of these videos and watch these things. The first one is, in our national parks, people are going missing by the thousands all across the country. In every national park, people are going missing. And not only that, rangers, park rangers are starting to report that they're starting to see manifold manifestations of Bigfoot and what looks like a Dogman. They're seeing these things all the time. And as I've told you before in other videos, I believe that both of those, Bigfoot and Dogman, are demonic manifestations. When you look at some of the people that's been tracking these things for years, they'll track them right out into an open field, no place for it to go, and the tracks just stop. Didn't climb a tree, didn't jump over a cliff, they just stopped. That tells me that that's a demonic manifestation. People, listen, we're going to start seeing things. Don't get all excited when you start seeing things. You're going to see things in the air, and you're also going to start seeing things at Walmart. You know, there was a couple that was at a circus, and they were looking at these two people that were watching this this Ferris wheel, and they were just kind of looking at it, and as they got closer to them, they realized that their necks were especially long, and they had a crook in them, and then they looked at their hands and their faces, and they backed away, and as they were walking away, the wife looked at the husband, and she goes, "Those were not human." There was another report of this guy that went into this this office for a job interview, and the lady that was interviewing him was exceptionally tall, like almost 7 feet. She was tall. And as they got to talking, he was looking at her eyes, and they were not human. People, listen, this stuff is going on all around us, and pretty soon you're going to start seeing it. You're going to start seeing it in the sky, in your neighborhood, at Walmart. And just remember that these things are coming, and they're already here. Now listen, demons, demonic entities, we've talked about this before, they are the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim. The Nephilim died in the flood, and all the demonic beings that run around this earth, the ones that are stuck to the earth, they're demons. They're not fallen angels, they're demons. Okay, listen. These demons now, they need a body in order to manifest in our reality, in our dimension. UFOs have been abducting humans since the 50s, and one of the first cases was Betty and Barney Hill. They've been extracting eggs and sperms since the 50s. That's 70 years. And I believe what they're doing is they're manufacturing bodies for these demonic entities to inhabit. And we're already starting to see that in people like that lady I talked about, the people at the circus, the black-eyed kids. People are starting to see these things everywhere. What do you do if you see something like this? What do you do? Well, the first thing you do is you rebuke it in the name of Jesus. If you get close to it, you recognize it for what it is, just say, "I rebuked you in the name of Jesus," and walk away. Never, ever, ever communicate other than that. You never look at them and say, you know, "Wow, what are you? What's your name?" No, because the minute you communicate with them, you give them the legal right to communicate back with you, and they don't have to use words. You don't want them coming into your house in the middle of the night. Rebuke, stay away, don't communicate. People, listen. Everything is coming together. It's all coming together right now. It's all coming together. And it's all connected. Everything's connected. Everything from the jab to chemtrails to these sightings of all these strange things, it's all connected. Satan has a master plan, and it's about to unfold. This is what it says in Matthew 24:24. "For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect." People, this is my personal opinion. This is what I think is going to happen. I think that UFOs are going to manifest themselves for everyone to see very soon. That's going to happen. And I believe that when they do, they're going to claim to be our creators. The Sumerian tablets that Zachariah Stitchin translated, they talk about these people traveling through. They stopped at the earth, saw that it had gold, didn't want to mine it themselves, so they took their DNA, mixed it with the local chimpanzees, and we're the byproduct of that union. That's what they're going to tell us, which is an absolute lie. But listen, people are going to fall for it. And then they're also going to say something like this: you know what? We have a pill or a jab that we need everyone to take, and if everybody takes it, every single person, there can't be one person left out. If everyone takes it, it will eradicate all sickness, all disease, no more cancer, no more nothing, and you'll live a minimum of 500 years. They're going to come up with something like that, and people will be lining up to take it, and they'll be demanding that everybody else take it too. People, we've already seen the prerequisite in this last jab that we had. These things are coming. They may not come down exactly the way I'm saying, but people, things are going to start unfolding so fast, it's going to make your head spin. You need to be ready. So what's your job? What's my job? Our job is to keep doing exactly what we've been doing. Exactly what we've been doing. Expose the darkness. When people start talking about these things in conversation, you need to tell them, listen, it's not what you think, man. This is demonic activity. And they may look at you and laugh, but you know what? Every time you plant a seed like that, they're going to remember that in their head. And next time they see something, they may start thinking, well, maybe this is demonic activity. We are to be about the Lord's work. Loving people, helping people, and most of all, explaining to people what's going on. People, any conversation you have, you need to try to explain to people what's going on. So anyway, listen. When these things begin to happen, when they begin to happen, our departure out of here is absolutely imminent. Time to go, and I'm ready. I hope you are too. Anyway, heaven or hell you choose. Just remember, once you take your last breath, it's a done deal.